21. Savage became famous in Atlanta. Everyone thought he was one of them. A real street guy, quiet, cold, and dangerous. His eyes looked empty. His voice sounded calm, like someone who had seen too much. People believed he was real. They thought he was one of the last rappers who actually lived what he rapped about. But what if that's not true? What if he was never really one of them? This is not hate. This is not drama. This is about the truth. 21. Savage was never really fully accepted. Not by the streets, not by the fans, not even by the rap industry. He always felt like he was in the middle, like he was trying to fit in but never really did. It started with his image. When he came up, people thought he was from the roughest part of Atlanta. He said he grew up around gangs, violence, and death. He had the tattoos, the voice, and the pain in his music. People believed him. He sounded like someone who had been through a lot. But everything changed in 2019. That year, the police arrested 21 Savage. But it wasn't normal police, it was ICE, the immigration police. They said 21 Savage was not from Atlanta. He was actually from the United Kingdom. He was born in London. And that shocked everyone. People were confused. How can a rapper who talks about the Atlanta streets be from the UK? It didn't make sense. Fans felt like they had been lied to. For years, he told the world he was a product of the Atlanta streets. But now, it looked like his story was fake. Later, 21 Savage explained what happened. He said he came to the United States when he was 7 years old. He stayed in Atlanta and lived his whole life there. But his visa ran out and he stayed illegally. He said he still lived the street life. He still saw violence. He still lost friends. That part, he said, was real. Even if his story was true, something changed after that. Fans didn't look at him the same way. The UK news made his story feel less real. His music felt different. His voice didn't hit as hard. People started to question his background. In hip-hop, being real matters. Fans want to know their favorite rapper really lived that life. When they found out 21 was from another country, it created doubt. It made people wonder, was he playing a role? Was 21 Savage just a character? It also didn't help that he didn't have a strong rap crew. He wasn't part of YSL like Young Thug. He wasn't in Dreamville like J. Cole. He wasn't really OVO with Drake. He worked with all of them, but he was never truly part of them. He was always on the outside. He had no one in the rap world who called him family. He was the feature artist, not the leader, not the glue. And when the drama came, no one really stood up for him. Let's talk about J. Cole. They had a big song together, a lot. It was deep, emotional, real. But after that, they didn't build anything together. Cole didn't bring him fully into Dreamville. They didn't form a real connection. The same thing happened with Drake. 21. Savage did a whole album with Drake, Her Loss. It went big. But fans said Drake carried the project. Some even joked that 21 sounded like a background singer. Even though the album did well, it didn't help 21. Savage feel more respected. It made him look like a guest, not an equal. The truth is, 21 never had a solid group behind him. He didn't have a mentor like Lil Baby had with Young Thug. He didn't have a crew like Travis Scott had with Cactus Jack. He was always alone. And in rap, being alone can be dangerous. His early music was dark and scary. Songs like Red Ops and No Heart felt raw. They sounded like pain. People felt his lyrics. But over time, his music changed. It became slower, softer, and less aggressive. Some fans liked the new version of 21. Others didn't. They said he lost his hunger, that he got rich and comfortable, that he wasn't the same guy anymore. They started calling him lazy, boring, fake. Then, TikTok made things worse. People started making fun of his slow voice. The line 21, "Can you do something for me?" from his song with Drake became a meme. People laughed at it. They didn't take him seriously. He became a joke online. Didn't say much. He didn't clap back. He didn't fight the hate. He stayed quiet. And that silence made fans feel like he had no real identity. Like he was just floating in the middle of everything. He wasn't fully Atlanta. He wasn't fully UK. He wasn't fully mainstream. And he wasn't fully underground. He was stuck in between. When the beef between Pusha T and Drake happened, 21 Savage didn't pick a side. He stayed out of it. Some fans respected that, but others said he was scared. They said he didn't want to lose any connections, that he was trying to be cool with everyone. In hip-hop, loyalty matters. People want you to stand up for your team, even if it costs you something. But 21 didn't do that, and people started questioning his loyalty. That's when things started to really shift. He became more distant, less present. His interviews were quiet. His voice was slow. He didn't share much. He didn't seem excited about music anymore. It felt like he was just going through the motions. He did open up sometimes. He talked about losing friends, about feeling numb, about growing up in pain. But even then, it didn't feel like he was letting fans fully in. He was still hiding behind a wall. And maybe that's why people feel disconnected from him now. In the early days, 21 Savage was a mystery. That made him interesting. But now, the mystery feels empty. It feels like there's nothing behind the mask. He tried to show his emotional side. He made softer songs. He talked about love, about his mom, about pain. But people didn't connect with it. They wanted the old 21 back, the one who scared you with just his eyes. But that version is gone. Maybe it was never real. Maybe it was just an act. Or maybe he changed, got older, got softer, got tired. Either way, fans noticed. Now, people are starting to say it out loud. 21. Savage was never really one of them. Not from the beginning, not truly, not fully. And maybe he knows that too. Even after all these years, he hasn't embraced his UK roots. He didn't drop a tape with UK rappers. He didn't build a connection with London. He stayed quiet. Like he doesn't know where he belongs, and maybe that's the real problem. He doesn't belong anywhere. Not in the streets, not in the mainstream, not in the UK, not in Atlanta. He's always floating, always watching, never rooted. In a world where fans want to feel close to their favorite artist, 21 feels far away. Too quiet, too cold, too mysterious. And that makes people stop caring. He was never the loudest, never the flashiest, never the most lyrical. His power came from being different. But now, that difference feels like distance. He's not scary, he's not deep, he's not fun. So what is he? Maybe he's just a man who saw pain too young. Maybe he built a wall around his heart. Maybe he used the name 21 Savage as armor, to protect himself, to hide from the world. But now that armor is cracked, and fans see what's underneath. And they're not sure they like it. He had a good run, he made hits, he went platinum, he got rich. But the respect? That's fading. The love? That's dying. And the mystery? That's gone. 21 Savage was never really one of them. Not in Atlanta, not in the UK, not in the rap game. He was always the outsider. And maybe that's why his story is starting to fade. People don't connect with him. They don't trust him. They don't feel like he stands for anything. And in hip-hop, that's a problem. The new wave of rap is about emotion, about sharing, about loyalty, about realness. And 21 doesn't show those things, at least not anymore. So now, fans are turning away. They're finding new voices, new energy, new truth. And 21 Savage is being left behind. He still has money, still has fame, but something is missing. That spark, that edge, that feeling that he was dangerous, different, or powerful. He's not feared anymore. He's not loved. He's just there. And maybe that's the saddest part. Not that he fell off,